Dwayne Moore, candidate for New York State Assembly from District 29, organized a mega event in the name of Freedom Celebration, Unity in the Community. Queens County Chairman Mr. Tony Nunziato, New York City mayoral candidate Mr. Curtis Leva, New York Congressional District 5 candidate Mr. Paul King, Queens County Surrogate Court Judge candidate Mr. Stephen Weiner attended the celebration. Please watch a special report.
We want to unite our community, and that's why we built it as a Unity in the Community Freedom Celebration.
When we planned this event, Unity in the Community, we didn't think it would be asking for unity after a savage assassination attempt of our 45th and soon-to-be 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. We didn't think that would happen. But that just shows you how broken our nation is right now. We don't talk about policy anymore. We throw personal attacks. We try to label someone as racist, as sexist, or homophobic. I'm advocating for this group, I'm advocating for that group. But who's advocating for the American people, the collective? I have a background in education. I taught 9th grade English. I was a college counselor for 5 years. In New York City, less than 50% of the kids are reading on grade level. Less than 50%. Who's talking about that? Right? We have small businesses closing down left and right. We have people who can't afford homes. So what are they spending the money on? They're giving out reparations to migrants. I've traveled around the world. Every time I came back here, I said, wow, we're starting to turn into a third world country. Curtis showed me a video today of more garbage around in our district, in our city. And what is, as Curtis says, the swagger man with no plan? What is he doing right now? Who is he advocating for? And it does everything to divide us. Even just hear how the Democrats talk. They don't talk about bringing us together. They don't talk about a plan for all of us. It's like, I want to work for this group is going to vote for me, I'm looking, and then they disappear. Well, under the Republican Party, we vote and we advocate for all groups. We want everybody to be a part of it. We want to make this city great, and we don't exclude people. We need to fight against that notion. We need to fight against that notion. This is the United States of America. My family came from slaves to sharecroppers, and my grandparents had a dream of moving from the South to New York City, brought a home in Brooklyn, raised a family, and I'm the byproduct of that.
So actually today, you're seeing me for the very first time, Sherry Wayne, your event, the Unity Rally. I'm wearing the blue jacket. Never wore a blue jacket before. You see it says the People's Mayor. Blue jacket because the only route to victory in our city, especially with Joe Biden being segued into his beach home, probably won't see much of him, and the elevation of Kamala Harris to become the DNC candidate against President Donald Trump means that they're worried that they're going to lose neighborhoods. Like St. Albans, like Laurelton, like Rosedale. They're worried. So they're trying to shore up their main constituency. I looked, there was an op-ed piece in the New York Times by my long-term enemy of all enemies, Al Slim Shady Sharpton. And you know, he had all of his poetic lingo, but at the bottom line, he indicated where the weakness was. And he made an appeal to African-American men, you gotta vote for Vice President Harris to be president. Men, because he knows that men, African-American men, West Indian men, always, as I call them, original African immigrants, will not just buy into the racial identity. They will not. Win for assembly. You couldn't win if you ran for state senate. You make too many enemies. You're on TV every day saying no to people. And they remember, they don't forget. I'm 70 years old. John Lindsay was the guy that they thought, oh, guaranteed, he's right off the runway model. He's like a model, tall guy, eloquent, good spokesperson. He thought he was going to be president. He then became a Democrat. He had been a Republican. He went down to Florida and said, oh, that's where all the New Yorkers are. I got it in Florida. Guess what? They said, get the hell out of here. It's because of you. That's why we moved to Florida. One down. Then there was my kumbaya Cheech, Rudy Giuliani, right? America's mayor. We have to go into neighborhoods where the only Republican they've ever seen is Abraham Lincoln on a $5 bill. That's the only Republican they know. And when you suddenly show up for the first time, I'm running as a Republican. Don't expect them to roll over and go, oh, thank God, glory, hallelujah. Moderate Democrats are afraid of democratic socialists of America who are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So start with the small stuff, the things that you can visually see. Finding out what the main need of your community is. That's how they'll begin to know who you are and maybe hopefully get over all the propaganda that exists against Republicans. Now, I don't just come here with knowledge. I'll help any of you if you're willing to help yourself. So you can imagine I'm giving the same speech in Staten Island, in Brooklyn, in Bronx. I can't give it in Manhattan. There's like nothing left. And I live there. But I will help anyone, anytime, any place to use whatever recognition I have, the power of the microphone of the most powerful radio station in the world, WABC, to give you a fighting chance. But it requires that you got to work. Sherry, you've done a magnificent job. Sherry is a true believer. Let's give her a great round of applause. Win, lose, or draw, Sherry is there. She was there for me, and I've seen her there for other candidates. And I know all of you, without having to go through a laundry list of names, you are true believers. We got to go out and get those who are lost, the ones who haven't found their way, the ones who feel like we're all crooks. The moment you're in politics, you're a crook. People come up to me, they say, Curtis.
So my name is Henry Ike. I am going to be candidate for Queensborough President in 2025. Thank you. We need bold, new leadership now more than ever. And when I received the phone call that Dwayne wanted to do a community event, I couldn't help it. I had to have it here, right in our community in Queens. And what this man is doing is simply courageous. So let's give a round of applause to Dwayne Moore, man.
It's a privilege to be here. I'm Stephen Weiner. I'm your candidate for surrogate court judge of Queens. I'm running a county-wide campaign. This is a very important court. They say there are two things that are constant in life, death and taxes. This court deals with the death part.
So my name is Paul King. As Cherie said, I'm running for Congress. Thank you, sir. I'm running for Congress in this district right here, CD5 against Gregory Meeks. And if you want to learn more about me, go to www.king2024.us. We can change the power, the people making decisions in Albany, in DC, in City Hall, in the courts. But that's not enough, folks. It's on you too.
We had an amazing convention where, talk about unity, we had close to 50,000 Republicans together, all on the same page, all in the same thinking about how we could close the border, bring back sanity, stop the drugs being brought in, everything to get everything back to normal. And it was just a tremendous convention. It was amazing. Really, it was equal to my opinion 5 Super Bowls. It was just an amazing American feat. Everyone was there, just like everyone here. We're all Americans looking out what's best for America.
How are you? My name is Jonathan Rinaldi. I'm running for State Assembly in the 28th District. That's Forest Hills, Kew Gardens, Rio Grove Park, Middle Village, and Glendale. Because it all ties into the City of Yes and the carbon neutrality aspect of it. They want to make us pay more money in tolls. They want to take away your parental rights where your child can go to school and get any kind of medication, teach them about transgenderism without parental consent. And then on top of that, they're going to take away all of our bus access for all the elderly, for the seniors, for the sick. Because what they're going to do is they're going to sell your public property to Lyft and City Bike. You're not going to be able to have a car, you're not going to be able to drive, and they're going to make you pay all kinds of money in tolls. So I'm 100% against that.